Good morning, children. Hope you all are fit and fine. So, children, let's begin our today's session with the reading of lesson number 4, Shivaji's Childhood, part 1. This is our half lesson. We will read the lesson. I will explain you in detail about the lesson. So, kindly pay attention and clear your doubts. I will tell you to underline the words. So pay attention. Shivaji's childhood. Those were very unsettled days. This is the picture of birthplace of Shivaji Maharaj at Fort Shivneri. Those were very unsettled days. Shah Jahan from the north had dispatched a big army to conquer the Deccan. Pune, the principal town of Shahaji Raje's Jagir, was burned to the ground by Adil Shah of Bijapur. Underline unsettled, underline dispatched, and army. Shahaji Raje was in real trouble. He found himself between the devil and the deep sea and was constantly on the run. Underline the devil and the deep sea constantly. Now I will explain you this paragraph. First of all, unsettled means asthir hona and dispatch means to send. And this sentence I will explain you that it was very unsettled days, यानी कि सुकून का दिन नहीं था उस ज़माने में. शाहजहां जो था, he was from north and he had sent a big army to conquer the Deccan. Pune was the principal, means the main town of Shahaji Raje's Jagir, and it was burned to the ground. यानी कि पूरी तरह डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया था. किसने? आदिल शाह ऑफ बीजापुर. Yes. And Shahaji Raje was now in a trouble. यानी कि कैसा ट्रबल? बिटवीन द डेविल एंड द डीप सी, यानी कि उसका मतलब है शैतान और गहरे समुद्र के बीच. वन मोर मीनिंग आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू. हम कोई ऐसी मुसीबत में फंस जाते तो हमें लगता है आगे कुआं है और पीछे ऊंडी खाई. दैट वाज द सिचुएशन ऑफ शाहजी राजे एंड ही कुडंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट टू डू. So we will see what will happen, children. Next paragraph. Jijabai was pregnant, and the great question which worried Shahaji Raje was some place where she could remain in safety and peace. Underline pregnant. Now you know what is pregnant? To give birth to a child. Now you know who was that child, children? Yes, he was Shivaji Maharaj. Then he remembered the Shivneri fort and decided to send Jijabai there. Shivneri was a strong fort near Junar in Pune district. Underline Junar. Now when Shahaji Raje was in a great trouble, he was in tension that when there are certain situations over here which I have to handle alone, where will I send my wife? Where there should be some safety. So he decided to keep her safe in Shivneri fort. Now this fort was very strong, and where it was? It was near Junar in Pune. Okay, continue. It had steep cliffs on 4 sides, strong fortifications and massive doors. Underline fortification, cliffs and massive. Fortification means a strong wall or building. Cliff means a straight wall where you can't climb up easily. And massive means big, huge. Next, This strong fort was then in charge of Vijayaraj, a relative of the Bhosles. He agreed to give protection to Jijabai, so Shahaji Raje left her there and marched against the Mughals. So, children, underline protection, marched. Now, I will explain you understand it. March means to carry out, le jana. Okay? Protection means dhyan rakhna. Now, there on this fort, there was one person. His name was Vijayaraj. He was a relative of Bhosle's family. And he talked to Shahaji Raje that you don't worry, I will take care of your wife. So Shahaji Raje left her there and then he marched against Mughals. Next. And then the golden day dawned. On the auspicious day of Fagun Vaidya Tirtya in the year 1551 of the Shaka era, that is on 19 February 1630, to the sound of pipes and drums playing in the Nagar Khana, Jijabai gave birth to a son. Underline dawned, Fagun Vaidya Tirtya, Shaka era. Now, dawn means start of the day, to begin. Who was born on this auspicious day of Fagun Vaidya? Yes, Shivaji Maharaj. Now remember this date. This is according to the Hindu calendar and 19 February 1630 is according to the English calendar. To the sounds of the pipes and drums means there were many drums and pipes all around as the people of that area were very happy to give as Jijabai gave birth to a son. All the residents of the fort were overjoyed. Overjoyed means happy. Underline residents. Residents means the people living there. On the 12th day, with appropriate ceremony, the child was named Shivaji. Underline 12th, appropriate. As the child was born on Fort Shivneri. Underline Shivneri. Appropriate means suitable. Now, as this day came, the child was born and his name was given Shivaji because he was born on the Fort Shivneri. Now let's continue further. Shivaji's childhood. Underline childhood. Shivaji passed the first 6 years of his life in highly unsettled conditions. Even so, Jijabai did not neglect his education. Underline neglect. Every evening she would light the household lamps and then call Shivaji to her. She would shower all her blessed affection on him and tell him stories of Rama and Krishna. Underline affection. Underline Krishna. Now, when Shivaji's childhood came, he had passed his 6 years of life in very unsettled condition. Unsettled means not happy. But Jijabai did not lose faith. She did not neglect his education. Every evening she would light the lamp and call Shivaji by her side with all her affection and love and told stories of Rama and Krishna and even of Bhim and Abhimanyu. Underline Abhimanyu. Rama, Krishna and Abhimanyu were great people. On the other occasions, she would recite to him the devotional songs of Namdev, Dhyaneshwar or Eknath. Underline devotional. Shivaji liked to listen to the exploits of brave men. Underline exploits. What is the meaning of exploits? Labh uthana. And what is the meaning of devotional? Dharmik. Devotional. Means which is related to God. Now, Jijabai used to tell her stories of all these religious people. So all these thoughts, great thoughts came into Shivaji's mind every day. And he started believing very thoroughly on them. Next, Shivaji felt that on growing up, he should also display valor like them. What is valor? Underline valor. Valor means brave. Yes, he felt I must also be brave like them. And I will also do something betterment for the country. Jijabai used to tell him stories of many pious persons. Underline pious and saints that instilled in him a respect and honor for all saints and great men. Underline instill. Now, every time Jijabai used to tell these stories, good thoughts, religious people, so all this usually develop in his mind, and the way he was brought up, he also felt to become like them. Next paragraph. Children from poor families came to play with Shivaji. Sometimes he visited them in their huts and shared a simple meal of onion and bhakri with great relish. Relish means with taste, tasty, as how your mother cooks food and you love it like burgers and pizzas. So you eat with your interests. Same way. They invented interesting games to pass the time. Underline invented. The children of the Maulas were like birds in the forest. They would imitate the sound of the cuckoo or parrot or tiger to perfection. Underline imitate, underline perfection. Imitate means to copy. Invented means आविष्कार करना, कुछ invent करना, कुछ new चीज़ बनाना. अपने मन से वो लोग गेम्स क्रिएट करते थे and they used to play very enjoyingly. Perfection means पूर्णता, a completeness. Their pastime was building small forts of earth and making earthen elephants and horses. They played hide and seek or played with a ball or a top. Shivaji joined them in all these games and became popular with them. Popular means famous. Yes. Now I will explain you. When these children, poor children, came to Shivaji, Shivaji never neglected them. Though they were poor, they used to eat a simple meal, but Shivaji just enjoyed with them. He never thought of low and high. They all created their games. They were like the birds in the forest. Birds in the forest means they used to roam out freely. They used to imitate, copy the sounds of cuckoo, parrot, and all the animals. They also made small fort and animals like elephants and horses out of clay. Means whatever is available, they used to enjoy their time. They used to also play hide and seek. That is called chupa chupi. And they used to play with a ball or a top. And thus this way Shivaji became very popular among them. So hope children, you have understood very nicely this chapter. Now can we recap this chapter again? Yes. First point. Shivneri was a strong fort near Junar in Pune district. Second, on the auspicious day, that is on 19 February 1630, Jijabai gave birth to a son. Next, on the 12th day, the child was named Shivaji. Next, Shivaji's passed the first 6 years of his life in a highly unsettled condition. Yet Shivaji's mother Jijabai didn't neglect his education. Next, Shivaji enjoyed with his Mawla's friends by playing all types of games and became most popular. So yes children, hope you have understood all the points clearly. Now I shall give you the notes. Copy it down in your classwork book. Thank you.